Welcome back to the HBA of Northwest Michigan Building Better podcast. I'm Lauren Tucker, the executive officer. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do. Let us know how we're doing. A couple of things I want you to be aware of. Next month is the foundation, our Northwest Michigan Skilled Trades Foundation Golf Challenge, taking place on May 15th at Interlochen Golf Club. If you haven't registered yet, please do so quickly. Also, many sponsorship opportunities available to support the careers in skilled trades. Great event. Also, be on the lookout for the Parade of Homes coming soon in June. To our members and our builders out there, there is still time to take part in that. So give us a call if you're interested. It's a great event. We've been doing it for a long time. Joining me today in the studio is Mike Elya from Elya Construction. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, Mike, I'm excited that you're here this month. April kicks off the National Association's membership drive. Our association hasn't had a formal membership drive in a number of years. We've been fortunate enough to be growing kind of organically, but we have won top prize in the drive the last couple of years, which is great because it gets us some extra funds for the HBA and the ability to send members to the International Builders Show as well. So I thought it'd be great to bring you on and highlight your membership journey because you've been a member for a little over a year now?
Yeah, about a year and a half.
And I think that you're a great example because you've really embraced the HBA, and I think that you're probably growing your business a ton from the activity you've participated in. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the business was picking up and taking off, and we needed to find some quality subcontractors and people that we could deal with. And so I mainly entered the association for the networking aspect, but soon after joining, I found out there's a lot of educational opportunities, and we've been taking advantage of those as well.
Yeah.
It's been a great help.
Yeah, it's awesome because like as a sole proprietor, you're great at a lot of the things that you do, but there may be aspects of your business that you haven't even thought about before.
Yeah, we get busy doing the work, and you don't have time to network, to reach out, to see new products, see what's coming down the pike, see who's the new guy in town doing the work. So it was nice going to the HBA meetings and meeting with some of the professionals in the industry, somebody that you can, somebody you're comfortable to work with.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, is building those relationships, building trust, and building your network makes doing the work easier.
Yeah, I would say after one of the first meetings, I would say within a week and a half or 2 weeks, I got a call based on a referral, and that's led to some really good projects. And since then, we've gotten multiple referrals through lenders and realtors and different people I've been able to meet through the membership. So it's been good.
Well, and you and your company showed up in full force at the Home Expo this year.
Yeah, that was fun. And
you even took home the top prize. The people voted. They liked you.
Yeah, that was great. Gave me a chance to show off the job trailer and the company and the guys. And we were busy. We had a lot of good feedback. We were busy both days. It was hectic, but it was fun. Met a lot of good people and got our name out there in front of people. And
I think your company showed up really well, and I was really impressed by your branding.
Yeah, we've got a good branding guy, and that's one of the big things. You try to set yourself apart. There's so many builders in our area, and a lot of builders get a bad rap because there's a lot of builders, which means there's a lot of good ones, but there's also a lot of bad ones. And how do you separate yourself? So it started with branding, trying to get a recognizable brand, and then make sure nobody has anything bad to say about the brand, so operate in a way that, that people just have good things to say. So that's kind of been our goal.
Yeah. You've done a really great job with it. It carries through with how you guys dress, your trucks, your trailer, everything is consistent. It's really recognizable. And I love the little guy. It's like little mini Mike there in your logo.
Yeah. I got some good photos of my son too. He's 3, and he was at the expo for a little while. He's like a mini me. He wore the same outfit, and he had his little tool belt.
Oh, my God.
He loves it.
Mike, your company is a family company, so you talked about building something for the future for your kids to take over. But what I think is neat is your crew is family, too.
Yeah, some of them are. My father came on board, and he works for me full time. And
He doesn't like it when you tell everyone that he's your dad, though.
yeah, that's kind of the ongoing joke. It's a little bit of a joke, but he was happy. We had two different couples at the expo mistake him for my brother.
All
So
right.
that really helped. He enjoyed that. I told him he cleans up nice. On the job, he looks rough.
Oh.
Yeah, he looks like a carpenter.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen you guys out on the job. I've seen you at the expo. He looks pretty good.
Yeah, we try. You know what? We make the guys wear clean Elya gear.
Yeah.
Everything looks the same. It's uniform. Try to keep it professional.
Yeah, that adds a lot of confidence to a homeowner.
Yeah.
It's a big trust game when you're entering into a relationship with a contractor, that hoping that, your piece of paper, your contract is going to hold up and that people are going to do what they say they're going to do.
Yeah. Yeah. You take pride in your brand and your name and your work, and it goes through not just the houses we build, but how we take care of the trailer, how we take care of the job site, how we take care of our tools, how we carry ourselves on the job. Our guys like music, but you're not going to show up at my job and see a trash job site. You're not going to hear loud music, yelling and swearing.
Yep.
You're not going to hear any of that.
That's good. That's nice because you never know who's listening.
Right. Everybody, especially in town. Your voice travels, and that reflects on you when you've got your branding and your signage up. And people drive by and they see a disastrous job site or a loudmouth on the job, not really aware of his surroundings. Yeah, so we try to be courteous about that.
Yeah, well, that's rare in our industry.
Yeah, we got compliments from the neighbors on our Elk Lake job.
Really?
3 different neighbors complimented us to the homeowners because of the way we do things, and we like to send a courtesy letter to all the neighbors before we start a job, just telling them
that's
who
a
we
good
are,
practice.
what we're doing. If you have any issues, feel free to reach out to us. That kind of nips it in the bud before problems happen with neighbors, because it really just, you have things happen. You have materials blow into the neighbor's yard. You might have a piece of equipment get parked in the wrong spot.
Right.
Things happen out of our control, and something that small will cause you a lot of headaches. So we try to, right down to that, before we even show up on the job, we try to lay the groundwork.
That's awesome. You guys are like the epitome of living your brand.
We try.
Yeah. I remember when I first met you, I think it was actually Brian Holcomb over from BFS introduced us, and he was raving about your trailer and like how it always looks like that.
Yeah. It's 10 years. The trailer's been on the road for 10 years.
No way.
Yeah. I have a little bit. It's not diagnosed, but I think I have OCD. So it's very organized, and if something's out of place,
see that.
I can catch it right away.
Yeah.
And we empty it out, redo it each year. Sometimes we miss a year here and there, but most years it's been.
Well, I was really happy that you brought the trailer and had your tools at the expo, because I was having a little wardrobe malfunction. Purchased a belt upstairs at the resort. Didn't really measure it. It was too big for me, so it was useless. It was actually causing more problems. And your guys, both days had to punch new holes in my belt for me.
Yeah, we got to get an invoice out for that.
Oh, damn, I shouldn't have brought it up.
I'm also my paperwork guy, so it might not ever make it.
Oh, good. Maybe that one gets lost.
Yeah, that one will get lost.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Mike, tell me a little bit about your educational journey at the HBA, because I know you've taken a bunch of the classes, both locally that we host by fellow members, and then also some of our national classes. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, when I got going in the trades, I knew how to build. I could build things, but as far as the paperwork, the professional end, and I had no training on that. And didn't really know. Where do you start? Where's your resources for getting an education on this? So the HBA has been good. We started with, the first one I did was site developing and planning and site developing. So it was their developer's course. I did that. That was really insightful. I enjoyed that. I didn't have any immediate plans, but there was a lot of stuff in there I was curious about. So it was good to get that knowledge under my belt. And then I did the CPR first aid. We put the crew through the MIOSHA fall protection.
Right.
It sounds like they've got a full 30-hour course.
We do a boot camp.
Yeah.
We're going to be hosting that at the HBA next spring.
Yeah, we're gonna put the guys through all of that. And like you said, I've got family for employees. So my father works for me. I've got a cousin that's been with us for 10 or 11 years, and then I got another young guy that I met through our church that's been working with us for right around the 3-year mark. and he's doing real good too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we've got a 3-man crew for payroll, and then we utilize some subs here and there when we need to. Yeah, but as far as the education aspect goes, we're putting those guys in the MyOSHA stuff as soon as that's available. But we've also done the CAPS certification. I just wrapped that up 2 weeks ago, I think. That was really good. That's really going to be helpful. We're actually incorporating a lot of what we learned in the CAPS class into this build on Elk Lake right now. Because this couple, that was a big concern of theirs, is single-story living, need easy access to things, need to be able to get around and move around. And I told him, I said, well, we're starting this about 2 weeks too soon because I'm just about to start this class. And luckily, the way the timing worked out, we're just now into the floor plan, getting the floor plan kinks ironed out. So I'm able to incorporate a lot of what I learned with the CAPS, and the homeowners, the clients were really happy with some of the new suggestions I didn't have the first meeting I had. So that's been good.
And for those that don't know, CAPS is Certified Aging in Place, and that's a really valuable course. We do it twice a year. It comes with its designation that you can proudly tell the world about, and really important in our area with the aging housing stock and our aging population. It's not something that we thought about when a lot of the houses in northern Michigan were built, but it's as simple as thinking about the entry into the shower, right? Or having like a handlebar near where the toilet is.
Yeah, so it's kind of multifaceted because the program is really pushed as a retrofitting or renovating, but for me, I'm going to get a lot of benefit just from the design of new homes, because there's a lot of it they call universal design, to where, it's aging. There's a lot of aging in place features, but they're good for universal living. I mean, single floor living, wide open spaces, a lot of those features that are incorporated into the CAPS, is universal. It's not like you feel like you're in a medical facility.
Right.
So it's been beneficial even on that end. It's not just for remodelers or just for medical rehab situations. It can be for universal for the future.
Right. Well, and as someone who had an injury and had to try and figure out how to get around their house for almost a whole year between crutches and everything else, like, it's really challenging if you don't have a space that you can easily maneuver. Yeah.
I mean, how many growing families have a sports accident or an unexpected situation, and they got to stay somewhere else because their house isn't suitable?
Right, or grandma's coming over. The last thing you want is grandma there, and then you have an accident. Like, not only is that terrible, but then like you feel horrible because it could have been avoided.
Yep.
Yeah, it's neat. There's so many different aspects to think about when you're building.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an eye-opener for sure.
That's awesome. And I mean, I feel like we could just like go down the list and like tick it off, but you are taking part in our first session of the Spanish class, the job site communication.
Yeah, that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have prepared myself a Spanish phrase so I could sound like I knew what I was doing.
Right?
I am unprepared, but it's been a blast. We've
had a good time.
I don't want to put
you on the spot.
No, good. No, but it's been a good time. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah. We got to know some of the other builders just doing that.
Right?
So it's been good.
I think it's awesome. One of our great members, Al Martin Land Company, his wife, and I always butcher her name, I think it's Eileen.
Yeah, I think it's Eileen.
Eileen. She is incredible. She's a teacher. She's
a lot of fun.
Originally from Mexico. She's got so much passion.
Yep.
And I love just being there watching you guys take the class.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It's a good time.
It's awesome. And then Deb is taking the class alongside you guys, and she has labeled her whole office with all of the Spanish words.
That was one of our assignments, yeah.
It's so fun, though. It's terrible for my ADD because I'm in there and we're talking, and then I'm like, oh, there's the wall. Mural, right? Mural,
probably.
Yeah. The only Spanish phrase I really, really know super well is "Donde está el baño?" I learned it in like 5th grade. It's universal. It's helped me a ton. Where's the bathroom?
Yeah. That's funny. The ladies need to learn that one first.
Absolutely, because even in Spanish-speaking countries, you need to know where that bathroom is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's been something that we really wanted to bring forth. Immigration is a hot topic whether you're for it, against it, however you feel about things. It's been no different in our area for the farmers. Immigration labor was the answer there. In our industry, it's no different. We are in a crisis as far as skilled trades workers. And if even at the rate that we're adding new tradesmen to the workforce, it's not enough for the number that are exiting. And I know like the National Association talks about like for the next 5 years, we're kind of okay, but looking into the next decade, like this could be a real problem if we don't make some changes in how we do things. And it's important. Like I think about 30% of our labor force locally is from immigrant workers, whether they're coming from Spanish-speaking countries or Europe or wherever they're coming from. They have skills, and we need skilled workers.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it coming. I haven't had any experience up to this point, but I can kind of just, the way things are looking, I figured, hey, you might as well be prepared and get on top of it, get ahead of the curve.
Yeah, it's important to be able to communicate what's going on the job site, safety concerns, code issues, and maybe the foreman is running several jobs, so the English-speaking part of the crew isn't there. So it's great to have that tool, and there's so much that goes on with communicating across cultures from a cultural standpoint and being respectful. And you can offend someone and not know it. So that was a big driving force behind us wanting to bring this class together. And it was a combination of great members, Dan Paulson, Al Martin, Grace and her team from FS Roofing were huge in bringing this together. And I mean, we've been talking about it for well over a year. And then Alin came in and she just was the missing piece we were waiting for.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be reluctant to hire anybody if I couldn't communicate with them, just because in the trades, you know, it's hard enough to communicate with your English-speaking employees.
It is.
And to get your message across clearly. So, yeah, that would be tough. That would be a limiting factor for me. If I couldn't communicate with them, then it would just be a no-go for me as far as dealing with them, just because you can't have a job go smooth if you can't communicate. Yeah. Communication's key to any successful job.
It is, and this class is a bit of a commitment. You guys meet once a week, basically, for the whole year, and that's by design to keep you guys speaking the language and keep it fresh, because if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want to thank you for diving into that. And
yeah, it's been fun.
I love that it's good feedback. You guys always have some really yummy Spanish-inspired food.
Yeah.
I find myself wandering down and snacking alongside you.
That's another benefit to being a member. I've eaten there a lot.
Yeah,
that's always food.
We feed our members a lot. We do.
Yep.
Killing two birds with one stone.
Right.
Yeah. That's what we're here for. We're here for you guys. We make sure you're fed, you're all educated, and you have everything you need. Well, have you always been in the trades?
Well, pretty much. I got my start in the trades when I turned 18, working for an oil field company. We put up steel buildings in the oil field for a while, so we would fabricate the steel panels and the trusses in the shop and take them out and put them up in the field and take them down and put them up again. They were put together in a way that you could take them down and modify them and this and that. So we did a lot of steel construction in the oil field for about 5 years out of Kalkaska for a family-owned business that I went to school with them.
Okay.
And then after that, I went to work in the trades up here in Traverse. We got laid off one year from the oil field, so I got a job with a buddy up here in the trades doing construction and framing, and it just snowballed from there. Just started at the bottom and worked my way up. Started with a little beater car and a couple hand tools, and
look at you now.
Slowly getting there.
So what's on the horizon for you? Got any really big projects going that you want to share?
Well, we're starting we're breaking ground on our home, which is kind of a big project. So that's I have a few other, we've got a house on Elk Lake we're getting ready to start, and we got a big project up on Lake Michigan right now, and we're getting ready to start our home, which is kind of a big project. But that's the big thing going on this year. I think we've got goals of building a shop in that next year.
Nice.
It's not set in stone yet, but that tentatively that's
plan.
On the horizon.
So you're building your own house?
Yeah. About about 44 to 4,600, somewhere in there.
You have a lot of kids you need.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I have 5 kids. So we're on a family farm. We've got a farm we've had in the family since 1893 in South Boardman, and my wife and I bought 8 acres that kind of butts up to it. So we're building on the 8 acres,
Okay.
and then we're farming the family farms.
Awesome. What type of farming is it?
Just homestead, hobby type farming. We had 13 Hereford cattle, big garden, that
Okay.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Fun.
Just redid all the outbuildings this year with all new rough sawn lumber to make them look just like they did. So we just got a lot of that work most of the way done, getting ready for birds and other critters, but we're not putting any more critters on until we get the house built and settled there. Too many
Putting
things
your
on my
foot
plate.
down.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you're a really busy guy.
Yeah, I've got my foot in a lot of
A lot of
of
stuff.
areas. Yeah.
That's super
We got a lot
cool.
of tone down this year, get in the house, and
So is it kind of like being married to a builder? The house gets built when there's time.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife's been ready for a few years for the
Okay.
house. My 3-year-old walks around with his tool belt, banging on stuff, saying he's going to build mommy's house.
Oh, I love
I think she's talked to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Tried to encourage me to hurry up.
I get it. I'm also married to a builder, and we rebuilt our house from the inside out in 2018. And it wasn't until COVID that we actually finished the basement, like especially the kids' bathroom. Like the ceiling was all open, rafters exposed. Like the kids were a little scared to be in there. It's dark and janky. But COVID happened. We were stuck at home, and
Yeah.
I became his assistant, and we did it
fun.
together. Yeah, sure.
And you're still married.
We are.
That's good.
Yeah. Amazingly. I take direction pretty well,
That's good.
mostly.
Mike gives it well.
I read between the lines
Okay.
sometimes.
There you go.
There's obviously some arguing that goes on, and we survived it,
Well, that's good.
and the house is still standing.
That's good.
So, yeah. I have faith that yours will go well, too.
I think it will. I think
Yeah,
it will.
she'll be in her home eventually.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, will we see your family at the clay shoot again this year, you think?
I think so. Hopefully, I do better this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last year, we were on the very last round, and I realized that I had a full choke in.
Oh.
So I really narrowed my chances.
Yeah.
I felt better when I realized why I was doing so bad, and
Okay.
then it was pointed out to me that my wife doubled my score with the same shotgun.
Yeah.
She's using my shotgun, so it kind of knocked the wind out of my
Well, I hope to
sails a
see
little
her
bit.
there, too.
She's good.
awesome.
Yeah, we'll be there for that for sure. I got to redeem myself
Yeah.
after last year's performance. So
Yeah, that's such a cool event there at Thunder
It
and
was.
Aspens. What a beautiful place.
yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll be there again the day after bird season opens in September. So September 16th.
Okay, good.
Yeah, mark your calendar.
I will.
Well, Mike, I always like to end these with asking, like, what's your favorite part of the HBA?
I would say that the networking,
Yeah.
the branding, because like you say, I put a lot of effort into my branding and doing a good job and get my name out there. But you never know, I'm working every day. I don't have time to rub shoulders with people and,
Yeah.
to get feedback. Hey, do people know who I am? Do they know what I'm doing? And being involved there, not only have I been able to put a face to some of these business signs and projects that I've seen go up
Yeah.
and meet with these people, but I've gotten a lot of that, oh, yeah, we've seen your sign on Elk Lake, or, oh, yeah, you did such and such. And the networking aspect, getting your foot in the door has been really good.
Yeah.
I think that's been my favorite part, really.
Yeah. Oh, that goes along with mine. It's a common theme. Like I get to hang out with my friends and call it work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I commend you for making it a priority, because showing up is half of the game. So showing up to HBA events is how you meet those folks. And then sometimes just being the only one left in the room is a big deal. You end up on TV.
Yeah, not on purpose. This isn't my comfort zone. So I usually try to avoid these things unless Lauren throws me under the bus. That was you that threw me under the bus for that.
Yeah, well, they're like, well, it'd be great if we could talk to a vendor. And I'm looking around, and there you are.
Yeah.
I appreciate you being game for that.
Yeah, that's fine.
And look, you do well. You do well at it. Now I've gotten you on camera twice.
Eke by. Yeah, I know. I got to weigh the benefits with the discomfort. I'm like, well,
That's how you grow, is pushing yourself into that uncomfortable spot, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Well, thank you for getting uncomfortable with me here today,
Yeah.
going on camera, sharing your story. I think it's awesome. You're a true success story. So I'm happy that you're sharing it with everyone else. So do what Mike did, show up, dive in, and we promise it'll work for you. Thanks for joining us today. If you haven't, again, like and subscribe. Tell us how we're doing. If you want to be a guest on the show or a victim, depends on how you look at it. Reach out to me because I'd love to talk to you about it. Sponsorship opportunities are available. And remember, mark your calendar for Parade of Homes and the Golf Challenge. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.